Hi, it's Darnell with Wave Home Recipes, and today I have a chocolate covered strawberries microwave recipe that I'm going to be doing in the Breville Combi Wave 3-in-1. It's a combination microwave, air fryer, convection oven, and so we're going to get started on those chocolate covered strawberries right now. Alright, so here we have, I've got a 4-ounce baking bar of semi-sweet chocolates, like 56% cocoa, and going to put it into the Breville Combi Wave. And it has a melt chocolate button right here. I'm going to get you close in. It has a built-in option for melting chocolate, so I just press that button right there. And then it asks me how many ounces. So I just go to 4 ounces, turn up to 4 ounces. And from there I'm going to press start. And now you see that it's running. It's basically doing a 3-minute 45-second at about, I guess, 40%. On the microwave to melt this chocolate, and I'll bring you back in a moment. Alright, we're coming into about the final minute of melting this chocolate, and basically what I've got here, I've got a dozen of strawberries. I basically washed those strawberries off and dried them really well. You want them to be really dry before you start dipping in chocolate and such. I've also got a plate here with some parchment paper on it, and you want to make sure that you line your plate with some parchment paper, because parchment paper is really non-stick, and so basically when these get dry and harder, you don't want that chocolate like on a plate. If you have just a plate with no parchment paper lining it, when they dry and harden, they're going to stick to the plate, and you do not want that. You don't want them to stick to the plate. Use parchment paper. When they dry and harden, they lift right off very easily, very smooth, no problem. And so you're going to see how we take care of getting these into the chocolate in a moment. So it's got like 4 seconds to go, and we'll be getting them right out of there. And now we got our chocolate that has been melted. The bowl is not very hot, not too hot. And so just going to go ahead and start doing the dipping. You see the chocolate holds its shape until I actually touch it with something. The chocolate, even though melted, holds its shape. So it almost looks like it's not even melted until I actually touch it with something and start moving it around. You can't tell how well that chocolate was melted until I actually start moving some food in it. And now you see that, it melts very nice and easily, very convenient, and basically just can get my pieces of strawberry, well, my strawberries, whole strawberries, easily dipped in the chocolate to make my own chocolate covered strawberries. This, saves you a lot of money compared to buying chocolate covered strawberries from vendors that charge a, I'll just say crazy amount markup on, they have every right to. I'm not against them selling for whatever you're willing to pay them. My point, though, is that it's just a very high amount to pay for something that you can easily do yourself at home and enjoy anytime that you want to make it, or anytime that you desire. It's just a real easy thing to do. You don't really have to go out and pay anyone a whole lot of money for it if you don't want to, but everyone is free to make your own choices. I respect that. You may not have the time to do it this way right now, but maybe at some point you will, and you can just make your own nice and easy. And it doesn't take long just to get them all in. As you see here, I've already got half of the dozen done, and just dipping through the rest to get the rest of them covered very well in chocolate. And usually about 4 ounces of chocolate does pretty well for about a dozen of whatever you want to try and dip into it, be it chocolate or other small items. And you can, of course, if you want to chocolate cover something else, like another fruit or something, you can do that just as well as you can with strawberries. You just want to make sure that whatever you're dipping, try and dry it off pretty good before you start dipping it, so that that water doesn't cause displacement of the chocolate, because you want your chocolate to stick onto whatever that you're dipping in chocolate very well. So we've only got just 3 more, and we're going to be done here. with the chocolate dipping of these strawberries. So just finishing up this final few. That one didn't get too much on that side. We'll just get that. And when you do your own chocolate covered strawberries, you can also pick out the type of chocolate that you prefer, and you know what you've put in it because you know all the ingredients that you used yourself. It's not like buying from someone else and you don't know what they used. You don't know exactly what they used, but when you do it on your own, you know exactly what you're dealing with. So we're done with this dozen of strawberries that were dipped in chocolate. Now what we want to do, we want to just basically put these in the refrigerator, give them time to harden up. Alright, now that we've done a dozen in a semi-sweet chocolate, let's do a dozen in some white chocolate, and we'll see if white chocolate melts with the same settings just as easily. So I'm going to put the 4-ounce bar of white chocolate into the Breville Combi Wave, hit that melt chocolate button, close the door. It's a soft closed door. Up to 4 ounces again, and hit start. Again, it does 3 minutes 45 seconds at about the 40% power setting. And so, bring you back in a moment. Alright, we're coming into the final seconds of the white chocolate melting, and I just wanted to mention, and the same setup here with a dozen strawberries and the parchment paper and the plate, but I wanted to mention, if you've been thinking about this type of thing, just do it once. If you've been paying for these at stores, try doing it yourself just one time. I guarantee, I'm pretty sure, just one time you do it, you will see how easy it is, and you will continue doing your own dipped chocolate strawberries and so on, because it's so easy to do and it turns out so well. Now with the white chocolate, we see that as I move it, it's starting to melt. It seems like it's hard at first, but the more you move the white chocolate around, you really get it moving around, and it really melts really well, moves around real well. It does melt on par with the other chocolates. It's just a matter of kind of moving it a little, but it does melt pretty good with the same settings. It melts pretty well. Now if you want, you can, if you want to get kind of like two-toned with your dipped strawberries, you could take the chocolate ones, let those dry well, and then dip them in a little white chocolate, or you can put some melted white chocolate into like a small Ziploc bag and cut the end of the bag to kind of like make a pipe, and you can kind of pipe designs onto your berries that you've got one color on the outside, and you could have like a white chocolate design kind of swirled over top of it if you want to get fancy with it. So just going to continue getting the rest of these all finished up. Alright, so we've gotten those all dipped. I'm going to put those in the refrigerator as well. Alright, so after a bit over an hour, probably about 90 minutes, I just let them set in the fridge. You see the completed semi-dark chocolate and the white chocolate covered strawberries. The semi-dark, since the chocolate melted better, you see it spread more evenly. I have used the white chocolate bar before, and it is melted just fine. This one was a little more stubborn, and I could have taken it longer as far as melting, but I didn't. I just wanted to kind of move things along, and so it was a little tougher getting them covered, and so they aren't covered as neatly, but you can always add more time when you do yours to cover them evenly. So I'm just going to take one from each. You see how easy it came off that parchment paper? And I just lift it up and it comes right off. I'm going to take one of each, and you see that comes off real easy. So going to get the camera moved and do a taste test. Alright, so our chocolate covered strawberries. Gonna try the dark one first, because I do prefer the dark one. So tastes fabulous. Let's try the white chocolate. These things just taste great. I mean, they taste great. That's no other way to put it. And you know, you can do your own. I'm sure you'll be more artistic with it than I am. And you know, so you can make up your own chocolate covered strawberries very easily and save yourself a whole lot of money and enjoy them anytime you want. So I hope that this is definitely a help and benefit to all of you out there. And I want to just mention, you can find this in written form at superwaveovenrecipes.com. There's also a link in the video description. Also in the video description are referral links for other cookers. You pay the same price but help this channel. And also, you can also find this YouTube channel by just going to waveovenrecipes.com in your web browser anytime. Brings you right to this YouTube channel. Also, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at waveovenrecipes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and good eating.